What does your gas tank and a plastic bottle have in common? Answer now.
Pencils down. The answer is oil, or rather chemicals sourced from fossil fuels.
Plastics, just like gasoline, are made from fossil fuels. And as you likely already know, fossil fuels are the primary driver of climate change. As people of faith, that's something we need to talk about. Hi, I'm Clayton Summers. I'm the resident minister and caretaker for the Walter Scott Camp and Learning Center. We're a ministry of the Christian Church Disciples of Christ in Illinois and Wisconsin. We're located near Effingham, Illinois. And for Earth Month, we're making a video series about plastics and faith. All of this is based on the awesome Creation Justice Ministries resource, Plastic Jesus. You can find it linked in the description below or in our link tree. Let's talk about plastics and climate change. From cradle to grave, plastics make climate change worse. To produce plastics, fossil fuels have to be transported, burning other fossil fuels in the process before they can be transformed into plastics. Yet again, burning more fossil fuels in the process. And when they're eventually disposed of, more fossil fuels are burned again to transport them. All of these contribute greenhouse gas emissions, mainly carbon dioxide, to the atmosphere, trapping heat within the Earth. This means not only does the Earth heat up, but weather patterns shift, harming people and other ecosystems alike. Plastic production has continuously accelerated over the past 70 years. And by 2050, could account for over 50% of all fossil fuel usage. Like all fossil fuel usage, the gross excess of plastic and its impact on the climate can and should be addressed by Christianity. In the Gospel of John, we find Jesus talking about abundance. However, abundance does not equal excess. Abundance is rooted in the concept of enough, while excess is just greed cloaking itself. The Hebrew Bible often uses the language of thou shalt not to stop greed and excess that harms ourselves and others. Today, we need to say together, thou shalt not, to plastics at the expense of our climate and planet. Instead, people of faith can join together to advocate for a more just and truly abundant world. One where everyone has enough and can lie down in green pastures. You're not a bad person for having too much plastic in your life, or driving a car that doesn't get the best gas mileage. We live in a fragmented world, and as my denomination would invite, we can be a movement for wholeness within it. Here are some actions we can take together to be a part of it. First, hold your elected representatives accountable. If you're old enough, vote for those who want less plastic in our future and have a plan to actually make it happen. Even if you're unable to vote, you can still contact your local, state, and federal representatives to discuss having less plastic in our world. Or you can join with other people of faith together through groups like Creation Justice Ministries, Blessed Tomorrow, or Interfaith Power and Light. Secondly, we can put our money where our mouths are. Be an advocate within the communities of which you are a part to divest your funds from institutions that invest with fossil fuels. This might mean churches, denominations, or other community groups changing banks and investment strategies. This can be hard work, and at times you might want to give up, which is why it's important not to do it alone. And finally, if you're able, try to use less plastic in your life. This isn't possible for everyone, and it isn't effective at addressing root causes. But it can give some hope and nearly tangible pride to the work which you're doing. Heck, go ahead and refuse plastic straws at restaurants and plastic bags at grocery stores. That's an easy one to do. Remember, faith isn't only about being quiet and still. The actions of caring for creation are spiritual practices as well. See you next time.